Hi everyone, my name is Aile. I'm an artist, a music producer, and a certified audio engineer. I just finished Andrew Huang's music production class, and I wanted to share my experience and some of the most important things I learned during the class. So, the first thing I have to say is that I loved the format of the class. This format worked really well for me because it is a commitment that you have to make in real time. There's deadlines, there's work assigned daily, there's other people taking the class along with you. So it really forces you to get things done, to watch all the lessons, and to apply everything you learn right away. So, as part of the pre class prep, you are asked to set your intentions for the course. Mine were number one, to learn how to finish my tracks. This is something that I've struggled with in the past. Inspiration is never a problem for me. I'm always coming up with new ideas, but I haven't been able to take them to a finished product. And then my second intention was to improve the quality of my productions. The work I've done in the past is decent for sure, but I didn't feel that I was reaching the quality that I wanted to. So I was hoping this course could show me exactly where were my productions lacking. So going into this class, I was expecting to learn some sort of secret productivity hack or a mixing or production technique that I'd never heard of before that was going to be the answer I was looking for, the missing piece I hadn't been able to find. But instead, I learned that there is no such thing. This course made me look at my own workflow and my own process through a microscope. I was very intentional in figuring out where during my process do I usually go wrong, where am I stopping myself from reaching those goals. I paid very close attention to my entire creative process and how I felt at every stage. One of my favorite things about the course is that we were encouraged to document and to share as much as possible. So, by filming and sharing my daily struggles, my daily victories, what's working, what's not working, and most importantly, why, I was able to get a lot of great insight and I learned a lot about myself. I think I grew as a person just as much, if not maybe even more, than I did as a producer. So, on the technical side of things, as I mentioned before, I have a background in audio and electronic production, so I was not brand new to a lot of the information and a lot of the concepts presented in the course. But having said that, I still learned a lot from this course. I still got a lot out of it, especially about the final details in production. Things that the average listener might never even notice, but they do matter and they do elevate the quality of your tracks. It was very validating to see that a lot of the things that Andrew does I was already doing or they were already part of my workflow. For a lot of things our process was very similar, and on the other side of that, I was able to find out exactly where my productions were lacking, which parts of the process I hadn't been paying enough attention to. I also picked up on a lot of little things that Andrew does to speed up his workflow, a lot of Ableton keyboard shortcuts that I wasn't familiar with. I got to use a lot of Ableton features and a lot of Ableton plugins that I hadn't used before. So all of that was great. But the most important thing I learned in the course was all about mindset. In the past, when I would be working on a project and things were just not working out, or I've hit a wall and I don't know what to do, I would become increasingly frustrated until I've reached a point where I've had it. And that's where I would quit. I would tell myself, you know what? I'm just gonna finish the track another day. Um, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna do something else. The problem is that I wouldn't go back to it because by then I would already be distracted by my next new idea. But in this case, because of the commitment to the class and the deadlines that I had to meet, that was not an option. So I had to push myself past that point. And once I knew I was capable of doing that, then I started thinking, if I did it once, I can do it again. If I did it once, I can do it again. And that became the new driving force to practice that mindset just as much as I practice songwriting, just as much as I practice mixing, just as much as I practice all of the other technical skills. You don't just get to a place where you always know what to do and you never struggle again. Andrew faces the same challenges we face as music producers, but the difference is how he deals with those challenges. And the way to learn how to deal with that is through the constant practice of that mindset. I really got to see that in this class by being able to see his process from beginning to end. I got to see how he commits to his choices, how he never stops the flow of creation by allowing frustration to shut him down, how he makes up his mind to finish a track. He said something very interesting. He said, you finish a track when you decide you're going to finish. So that was a huge lesson for me. And even more importantly, I saw how he prioritizes the enjoyment of the music making process above all else. I would highly recommend this class for 3 reasons. Number one, the technical and theoretical knowledge, of course. If you are a beginner, this is a perfect primer. If you're not a beginner, you can still get a lot from this class. Number two, this class is a great push to get things done, to get out of your comfort zone, to get rid of all your excuses. If you are a person who usually needs that extra push, this class is ideal for you. And then number three, which is the main reason I would recommend this course, is the shift in mindset that it can help you make if you have the right attitude. So that was my experience with Andrew Huang's music production class. I'm looking forward to applying everything I learned from this point on. It was a very worthwhile experience, and the rest of the work is up to me. Because that's another thing. You can't expect to take this class and you are transformed in the best version of you as a producer. It's up to you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you on another video. Have a good day.